Well, my name is Adam Greenblatt. I am the Executive Director of the Medical Cannabis Access Society. The Medical Cannabis Access Society is a not-for-profit medical cannabis dispensary based in Montreal. We help authorized patients, verified patients access cannabis and cannabis products for medical purposes in a warm, welcoming environment. Medical cannabis dispensaries have been providing safe access to medical cannabis to patients for over 15 years. We predate the existence of Health Canada's medical marijuana program, and currently we're serving more than 3 times as many patients as Health Canada. There's such a huge stigma around cannabis as a medicine because of prohibition, because prohibition puts a wedge between doctors and patients. It puts a wedge between people and their families, and it puts a wedge between police officers and the communities they serve. And that stigma needs to be destroyed. That stigma needs to be gone for this plant to be used most effectively and for it to be accessed in a reasonable way. Doctors are rightly concerned about patients inhaling smoke to medicate, and so but they don't realize that cannabis can be vaporized and cannabis can be cooked into practically any food. So as you can see here, we're making a spiced pumpkin cannabis cake. We're using a very strong indica variety, which is good for pain relief, muscle spasms, and sleeping, and as a sleep aid rather. So this recipe has at its base a cannabis-infused olive oil. So because cannabis and cannabinoids are extracted into fats and alcohols, oil, butter, coconut oil, alcohol, glycerin, it can basically go into any recipe that you can imagine. So some physicians realize that you can cook it into food, but they don't know how to do that, and nor do patients. So in addition to providing safe access to medical cannabis, we seriously emphasize the need for education around the safe and effective use of medical cannabis, because patients who are getting into using cannabis as a medicine don't know how to use it properly, they don't know how to use it safely, they don't know how to use it effectively. The Medical Cannabis Access Society essentially operates a patient resource center where patients can come here and they can learn about how to safely and effectively use cannabis as a medicine. So we will teach them how to cook it into foods. We will teach them how to use a vaporizer. We'll show them different models. We'll teach them all kinds of different ways for them to use cannabis as a medicine without having to smoke it, without having to access it on the street from an untrusted source.